Hello, I am Daphne Quay, your boss lady realtor in Central Texas. And today we're going to be talking about whether you should buy, sell, or build a home in Austin. This is literally the question of the year. Seems to me like Austin's housing market has been all over the news lately because our market is booming. And I don't necessarily mean it's booming in the traditional sense that there's so many houses to buy and it's super affordable and tons of people are moving here. I mean, it's booming in the sense that there is tons of demand. I think there are literally like twice the amount of buyers that there were last year, or at least it feels that way. And inventory is at an all-time low. Typically in Austin, we will have inventory of about 5,500 homes all at one time. I looked last week and there were literally 1,585 homes. That's about 1/4 of the amount of homes that we usually have on the market at one time. I don't know if there actually are twice the amount of buyers right now, but that's what it feels like. Anyway, I'm gonna get into a ton more detail here on all of this, but before I start, please make sure to subscribe to my channel because I do videos like this all the time where I give neighborhood information, market updates, and share my own stories in real estate. Also, click the notification button so you get notified every time I do a video like this one. And if I could please ask you to like my video. Did you like it? Well, you're still watching, so I'm going to assume that you at least liked it with your heart. So really, the question of the year, at least in Austin, is should I buy, sell, or build? And this kind of goes back to the first point that I made just a second ago, that our inventory is at an all-time low. And this is kind of creating a vicious cycle with everything going on. Because there is an all-time inventory low, the media is all over it. And I think naturally it makes you think, okay, I want to sell my house, but if I don't have anywhere else to go to, like, why would I sell it? I have several clients that are wanting to sell their homes, but they're in the same position. They don't know where to go. So people are kind of getting desperate and they're going to builders, and builders are collecting lists of 200 to like 500 people in some communities that are wanting to buy homes. So the resale inventory is low. Home sellers don't know where to go, and builders have like a backlog of people that want to buy in their communities. So I'm going to break down for you what each segment kind of this puzzle looks like, and I'm going to get in as much detail as I can without going way over on time or being too confusing. And if you find this information interesting and you want more information, leave a comment. Each of these topics has enough information for me to do an entire 15-minute video on. Let me start off with an update on the resale market. Typically what's happening is homes that are anywhere in the Austin area, that can be in Austin proper, so like close to downtown, all the way out to one of our suburbs like Georgetown, which is like 35, 40 minutes north of Austin. If something is in decent condition and priced sort of fairly, it will absolutely go in multiple offers, and it will more than likely sell from anywhere from $80,000 to $120,000 above the asking price. Not making this up. This is stuff that has been happening for the last couple of months. And honestly, the clients that I have that are willing to pay that much and cover the difference between the asking price and the sales price are the ones that are winning offers. In this market, you have to be incredibly aggressive, and you also have to have kind of low expectations. Like, hope for the best and kind of expect the worst. There's one client that I was helping, I think we wrote 15 offers. I like to think that I'm really good at what I do, and I try to gather as much information as I can to put my clients in the absolute best position. But sometimes it's just really hard to do that. So if you're buying a home in Austin, that's generally what you need to expect. I do have another video that I just made. Buying a home in Austin is really hard. I'm going to put a link to it somewhere up here, down here. I can't remember where, but I'm gonna link that video to this one. So as I mentioned just now, new communities and builders are gathering lists of people of like 300 to 500 people at a time that want to buy a new construction home. What it used to be like with a builder up until literally January of 2021, you would go in and the builder would say, okay, I have these many homes that will be available in the next 30 to 90 days. Do you want one of these? Or I've got these empty lots where I can build X, Y, and Z floor plans. Are you interested in one of these? And you would go and you would choose one, and then your home would be ready for move-in according to whatever you chose. That's a normal market, and that's what was happening in Austin. Now what happens is if you're lucky to get a builder to call you back, they will tell you when they are opening up their lots for bidding. So there's a handful of builders that I can think of off the top of my head that they've got a list of buyers, and they'll send out an email to everybody and they'll say, okay, this date and this date of the month we're in, we're going to open up bids to our list of buyers. We will be releasing, sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 10 lots, like pieces of property for sale, where we are going to put predetermined floor plans. Prices are starting at this amount. All offers are due by this date and this time. And it could be that it's you making an offer on this builder's home along with 10 to 20 other people. That's super common. This is becoming very much a Silicon Valley type of situation where there is just a ton of competition. So even with these new construction homes, we're still seeing them sell for also about $80,000 to $120,000 above the asking price. The thing with that is, even though you get a brand new home, is that you really don't get much say in what the house will look like as far as finishes, because that's typically been kind of predetermined. There's always exceptions. And we no longer have real time frames. It used to be that builders would tell you it'll be 6 to 8 months to finish your home. That's not necessarily the case anymore. You could go under contract today for a new construction home, and it won't be ready till mid to late 2022. Just because with COVID and the economy being the way it is, lumber has gotten very expensive, and there's also a shortage of supplies. And the builders are having a way tougher time getting permits through the city. So a permit that typically takes about 30 days to get now can take anywhere from 60 to 90 days. So if you're not in a hurry and you literally have some time and money to gamble, new construction might be a good option for you. And like I said, there's always exceptions. Not all builders have lists of hundreds and hundreds of people. I have one client who was able to get a home under contract, a new construction home to be built soon in San Marcos. It's a beautiful community. And as soon as I saw that they had anything available, that they had lots available without 700 people in front of her, I told them we've got to jump on this. This is a really good opportunity. So it still exists. You just have to jump on it and be flexible mindsetly as well as with your time frame. Finally, I have good news for homeowners who want to sell their house. This is the best freaking market to sell your house right now. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, homes are selling in a heartbeat, literally within a couple days, anywhere from $80,000 to $120,000 over the asking price. Yeah. Because the market is so competitive, whenever I'm on the selling side, we always walk away with the biggest win. We typically get anywhere from 15 to 20% above our asking price, and most buyers are covering seller fees as well. Not all the time, like I've mentioned, there's always exceptions, but sellers are having to make fewer, if any, repairs, give little to no concessions, ask the buyer to bend to their time frames, and the sellers generally are becoming a lot more demanding and getting exactly what they want. So if you have a home that you've had as an investment, if you've got a rental property, if you've got an estate, whatever, now is absolutely the time to sell. And this really includes, like I said, the central Texas area. So this is Austin, all the way up to the Georgetown area. I would say as far south as Bastrop, parts of Seguin, San Marcos is this way as well. It's all encompassing. So if you're thinking about selling and you're thinking that this might be a good time, or if you're curious, give me a call. There really has not been a better time to sell. And I'm not saying that as a salesperson, I just try to provide honest and unbiased information every time I can. Like I mentioned, there are a few more nuances involved in all of this. And if you want to see more videos on each of these topics, whether you should buy, whether you should build, or if you should sell, leave a comment. I do listen to what you guys are saying. I try to respond to all the comments as quickly as I can, and I love hearing from you. If you're thinking about selling or buying a home anywhere in the Central Texas area, particularly Austin or San Antonio, please feel free to reach out. You can reach me via email, text, call, or send me an Instagram DM, whatever works for you. I'm Daphne Quay, your boss lady realtor here in Central Texas. Till next time.